Alright, we are back in the normal recording spot here, and sound looks pretty good. Can't see too much wrong with this. Basic Forest Noble Hierarch. Guess we're on the Serum Visions plan here, probably off a Watery Grave. And then hopefully his board doesn't get too out of control. These are generally the decks where the beatdown plan doesn't go so well unless you have a bunch of electrolyzes and things of that nature. And we found a Splinter Twin. So I suppose that's step one. Don't feel like I'm going to need this Blood Crypt. Hopefully between Remand and Thought Scour I'll be able to find another land. Him being on the play and having Noble Hierarch means that my Remand is going to be pretty bad. Still be able to snipe something, but if he plays something like a Voice of Resurgence this turn, for example, it's going to be really bad. But then maybe we just go on the Thought Scour ourselves. Tasigur plan. And yep, Voice of Resurgence it is. And there's the other half of our combo. So at this point, he might not be aware that I'm playing Splinter Twin. It could just be some wacky Grixis control deck, so that will likely play to our advantage. So if he does something like Path our Tasigur here, that could be great. Alternatively, you could just play Siege Rhino, and that would not be great, but, you know. Does remember to get us for a point with his Birds of Paradise. And I guess I'm just playing a Tarn and passing it back. I don't really want to give away the fact that I'm a twin deck, and I'm probably going to be going for it, at which point, if he has a removal spell, I'm almost certainly going to lose, and he just has the Thoughtseize. No. No. That is no good. No good at all. So here we can play Exarch and try and draw another twin. I don't think that's a great plan. Basically, the jig is up. The jig is up. So if he's playing Jacob Wilson's list, he has 2 Thoughtseizes, I believe, and, you know, some paths and whatnot. So this is rather unfortunate. I think we might just be better off letting him Thoughtseize us and then maybe activating Tasigur and just hoping that we mill 2 lands so we can get our thing back, although that might be entirely too slow. Presumably we're going to get hit for 5 this turn with the Rhino. We'll be at 8. Yeah, and then hit for 5 again. That'll put us to 3, and then this is assuming he has nothing else. And then if we activate Rebuy our thing on the next turn, we can play Exarch, tap his Rhino, and then maybe kill him. So yeah, I guess if he has nothing else, then it's going to be okay. But I'm not very hopeful that that's the case. So we'll see what happens here. Voice is definitely putting a crimp in our plans. Because otherwise I would be more than happy to just fire off Exarch there, tap the Rhino, not take any damage this turn, and, you know, just move on with our lives. But the fact that he gets an elemental that is going to be huge because of his mana creatures, it's not worth it, I don't think. Wonder what he's going to take here. Presumably, if he has a path or something, he could just take, like, Cryptic and just try and give me the beatdowns. Could also bluff a path by doing that, but I really don't think I have a whole lot of options. So I might have to just try and go for it anyway. So here's an attack for 5, like I said. Could definitely block and bolt to finish off his Rhino, and then main phase bounce the token he gets. I guess that would make it so I wasn't under a ton of pressure. And I think I want a black source here. This game's going to be tough to win. Certainly doable. Should probably have... Oh, I do have a beginning comments. Okay. Could just chump here. I think it's fine to take... Gives him a window to draw another Rhino. So if I chump, mill, get back Deceiver, and then on my turn I like bolt something or whatever, and then Deceiver his Rhino again. I can block his voice. So yeah, I guess it's better to chump unless I'm actually going to try and win this game through normal means, but I don't think that's a good option. But if I don't block, then I'm just like dead to a Rhino. So I think I have to block. Come on to land. Lightning bolt. Not what we wanted. Alternatively, you could have just milled a Pestromite or whatever, but yeah, I think that's still fine. Oh, so we drew a Terminate. So maybe it would have been better to do the other thing. Man, wish I still had Tasker in play. Then I think... maybe I don't have to bolt this thing yet. I was actually wondering if this deck should play Dryad Arbor because it has a bunch of fetches and you have Township. And that would be pretty handy for throwing off math with elementals. Oh, this is bad if he draws a Township, though. So maybe I should just bolt main. I'll just bolt it now. Sure, I don't get to remand stuff, but I don't want to take a hit from that thing anyway. So Terminate doing some pretty good work at actually killing a Siege Rhino. And now he's just going to go on the Noble Hierarch beats. One card left in hand. Not sure what it could be. We need a Thought Scour, so just main phase Thought Scour ourselves. Draw Pestromite. The plot thickens. Just take the 2. If he goes for Rhino, we can Cryptic. If not, I guess we do this thing where we Pestermite him. I feel like out of those 2 cards, one kind of has to be a removal spell. Doesn't have to be, but... What am I doing with these cryptic commands otherwise? Bouncing his stuff, which I have to do defensively, and then if he draws a Siege Rhino, I'm just dead. So, I don't know. This might not be the best play, but... Yeah. Can't really defend from that, which is kind of the problem. I just mill all my islands. It's pretty funny. Okay. And I don't even have like Electrolyze to try and catch up, so I definitely get to, you know, tap his guys a couple times, but I'm not really dealing with what he has in play. So now I'm going to upkeep, tap all his guys, draw a card, and do that instead of any other point, because now I can actually remand a Rhino instead of, if he draws a Rhino, I remand it, and then he just like replays it. I guess I could like counter it and tap all his guys also, but this is going to be a Souls, going to remand that, and then I think he should have another land. Yeah. Well, things are going to get interesting. What do I not want to rebuy? I think... so I'm going to play Tasigur and then snap a Cryptic. But I guess he's just going to flashback Souls. So that's kind of annoying. I definitely don't want Remand or Thought Scour or Tasigur. Probably don't want Terminate as opposed to Lightning Bolt. I think Twin is okay because I'm going to have Snapcaster. So anything else I don't really mind. Guess I don't want a second Splinter Twin. Tap all creatures, draw a card. And I guess we just try and force through lethal this way, but it's gonna be tough when he still has a Lingering Souls. So I don't know. Oh, he just didn't even flash it back. That's odd, to say the least. Very odd. Alright, attack you. And Dryad Arbor would be pretty awesome here, like basically any point, so that's something to consider. And draw step. I guess I care more about clicking myself than I do him. So I'll tap all his guys before I click myself. I don't think that changes much, but I definitely want to get rid of this Tasigur. Draw a Thought Scour, so that's whatever. And now he has a voice and some souls. Now I basically need to find another Cryptic, of which I have 0 left in my deck. So either I can't Thought Scour into a Twin, but I could Thought Scour into another Snapcaster, and I'm never going to be able to activate Tasigur, so I guess I'm just scouring myself. And funnily enough, there is a Snapcaster. So, if he has no creature follow-up, we might actually be good. How delightful. Sweats on sweats. Enjoy all your elementals. Please don't have a Lingering Souls. Or really any spell. No, not a Rhino. Oh, Whitleaf Liege. Okay, so now we have backdoor outs to draw a removal spell. Which we don't. I guess we can also draw Exarch or whatever, but yeah, he should just give us a remand here probably. Yep. Too bad. Still have outs. Still have outs. Gonna go ahead and play this bad boy. Alright, and here's the question. Should I try to remand my own Tasigur and draw one of my remaining Pestermites or Terminates? I have 2 Pestermites, 0 Terminates, actually. 3, 5, 6, 7. So Lightning Bolt does it 2, or 1 Lightning Bolt. Or I can try to mill myself and hit 2 lands and make him have to give me a Lightning Bolt back. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 lands gone, 22, so I have 7 out of 19, so is the math higher that I draw a 4 of in 19 cards, which is 20%, or that I hit 2 lands in a row when it's 7? It should be the just draw cards. So, we'll do this. Remand our own dude. And hiya. Drew a Stomping Ground. What a silly game. And now I have 11 minutes left to win 2 games, so yeah, I don't know. I had outs. So I guess I felt like it was worth playing, but maybe it wasn't because of time considerations. I still definitely could have won that game, though. So now I get to side in a bunch of Pyroclasms, and yeah, actually I have none of those cards. Oops. So I guess we want Sowers. Explosives is okay. Can kill like 2 Mana Dorks or a bunch of Souls. Batterskull Keranos is probably in there. Vendilion Click seems horrid. Remands are definitely not great. Keep our combo intact. And then we have another card to cut. I don't know. Cut a twin, maybe? Maybe I'm supposed to be cutting all the twins. Maybe that's the joke here. Or keep one in my deck to maybe combo. But it's really hard to protect my thing. So I think just keep 1 and 1 remand. Should go from there. I'm a combo deck, and he is a green-white creature deck. This matchup should not be difficult, and yet here we are. Sounds pretty great. We have access to Snap Lightning Bolt. What more could we want? I feel like I messed up that game somewhere. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't supposed to chump the Rhino. So I definitely could have won. Play that Pestermite and actually start dealing a bunch of damage while I'm crypticking his stuff and like holding onto the Splinter Twin, but seems kind of weird. I'm just going to play Fetch. I don't really want to have to scry lands to the top with the Serum Vision, so if he plays a mana guy, I'll get Blood Crypt and kill it. If he doesn't, I'll get Blood Crypt and then Serum Visions. And maybe our draw step for the turn is land, and then I don't have to overly prioritize those when I'm Serum Visionsing. He leads with a Goblet Shrine. Ugh. So he gets to see my Sower, which is kind of bad times. You weren't supposed to see that, buddy. I'm sorry. Supposed to just give me that Lockstone Smiter. Just ship it. Just give it to me. Let me borrow it for just a little bit. This hand, like most hands, could use a Thoughtscour and a Tasker. That'd be cool. Definitely be happy with that. I feel like this deck should probably have some Electrolyzes too. Terminate's great and everything. But I really want to kill 2 mana guys. Or part of the Lingering Souls. Oh, Batterskull. That's not what I wanted. Not what I wanted. Look at this deck. I have a Pestermite randomly. This is like a bad cube deck. Bad draft deck. I do have a lot of rares. Which is kind of nice. I could use some lands, though. Maybe I should just cast that Serum Visions. I don't know. It's like, obviously that's the card he wants to take because the rest of my hand doesn't really do anything, and if I get to draw out of this, I'm going to have a lot of powerful cards to try and beat him with, but I don't feel like his plan is that bad either. I guess if he has another Thoughtseize, then he can take Serum Visions and my Snapcaster, and I guess I should plug my computer in. That might be smart. Gotta take Snapcaster here, right? And then hope that I just don't draw enough stuff to play out Sower Batterskull. Batterskull's like not even good against these decks. They have Rhino and Soul. He took Pestermite? What? What? Deal. Booked. Steam Vents? Yeah, Steam Vents. Since he's not presenting a whole lot of things that I can bolt, I'm fine trying to draw some lands here. Definitely don't really want that 5th land. Should take a Serum Visions instead. And if he plays anything, I'm sobering it. Anything at all. Unless the Souls, maybe. Maybe I won't take a Souls. I might have lied about that. So his mana situation does not appear to be the best. Oh hell, maybe I'm taking a Soul Token anyway. I think I am. Trade Snapcaster for part of 1. And I think Sower on his other token, I can start attacking him a little bit. Play Batterskull, keep him on the defensive. He's pretty low because of his Shock Land and 2 Thoughtseizes, so that's probably our plan here. Man, why was he so scared of that Pestermite? Just doesn't have removal, I guess. If that's the case, maybe I should hold this Sower, but I'm not liking my chances against Souls plus Township. So I think I'm just taking this thing. And we'll start attacking. See where that leads us. Yeah, it leads us to a Batterskull. So he is just taking all the damage. Now we have our dopey backup plan in the works. And we'll see if this is good enough to beat Souls Township. He has a lot of townships. Rhino? Okay. Now he is winning the race. Okay, I have some options. Could Batterskull up the Sower, give him the business. I can attack with everyone. Bolt his Rhino if he blocks. I just double bolt his Rhino, deal him 7 damage. I think no matter what, these plans all start with a Serum Visions. Unless I'm going to move the Batterskull, but I don't think I want to do that. So we'll just Visions first. Maybe we just draw Pestermite and tap his Rhino. And bolt him. Maybe he just tanks for forever about a lowly Serum Visions. Does he have a mental misstep? Be pretty impressive. Ooh, Cryptic Command. And I drew a mountain. So I could Batterskull the Sower, attack him for 7, and then tap his guys and kill him. I could also just double bolt this Rhino, attack him for 7, and then tap his guys and kill him. So we'll go bottom top. And I think I like this double bolt play. Because let's say he blocks my Germ, which, you know, why wouldn't he? Then I'm pretty far behind. I only deal him 3 damage. Sure, I gain 4, and I save a Lightning Bolt. But now I'm out a 4/4. And then if I want to make this Batterskull do anything, I have to move it, which takes mana. I think I just like this play better. And then if he doesn't have a removal spell, which basically all of his other lines have alluded to the fact that he doesn't have a removal spell, I guess he could have another Rhino. That'd be a thing. So he's keeping 1 token back. It's kind of smart. He still has 2 cards. So some some Whitleaf Lieges. Could be what's going on here. I think I just pants up Sower at this point. I tap all his guys, put him to 3, but then if he just holds back next turn, I need another Cryptic to kill him. So I don't really like that. I think I'd rather just pants up Sower, gain some life, put him into the Abyss. And then in case he does have a removal spell, I want to attack with his Spirit to get the extra damage in, but if he does have a removal spell, it's going to be basically disastrous because he's going to get his Spirit back. And then I have no offense, and I'm probably too far behind to just, like, bounce Batterskull, replay it. But I do want to get this point in because every point makes him that much closer to just, like, tap your guys, kill you. And then we're still pretty low on time, so just F6 and let him figure it out. Whitleaf Liege. Welcome. Well, that'll do it. I guess I can just bounce this. And tap horribly for value. Guess this is bad if he has like Slaughter Pact, Dismember. This should be fine, though. Kind of have to go for it anyway. Bang. Okay. I think I figured out my game plan against this deck. Against Green White Little Kid. Little Kid. One remand. Yeah, I suppose. I don't mind everything else that's going on here. One twin seems kind of nice to keep him honest. He was obviously pretty scared about it that game by taking my Pestermite. Might have to rethink things after this game, after he took that Serum Visions and then my Pestermite and then just died to the cards he knew about. But, alright. I'm ready to make it happen. Let's make it happen. I know Spellsnare doesn't have many targets, but I do want to counter his voices if at all possible, so that's why those are still in the deck. Makes playing the game so much easier when he doesn't have a voice. Plus, it's one of the things that is really good against my grindy plan. I guess I can just Sower it, so that's another answer. Pretty solid answer, if I do say so myself. And here we go. Bunch of cantrips. Some crappy blue creatures. Try and make it work. That's the name of the game. Alright, so one of these lands needs to fetch a black source. I nominate you Bloodstained Mire because I don't need a red source. So I think we just go Watery Grave, Serum Visions. Now our mana's locked up. We have a remand, another Pestermite, which I don't really care about. I don't think I'm ever going to go Pestermite. I will definitely go Pestermite Cryptic, though. So I think just bottom this Pestermite, Cryptic Command on top. And then hopefully we don't see a Voice of Resurgence. Hopefully there's something we can remand on turn 2. Otherwise this one remand is going to look kind of foolish. You could just play like a Finks this turn, although those might have gotten sided out. But you could play a 3-drop this turn and then like a Smiter next turn. Definitely don't want to see that happening. Terminal Mana guy on the play is so powerful. Desperately want some electrolyzes, especially after that Pro Tour. Jeez. Yeah, electrolyze. Kill them both. So he fetched a basic and then just attacked me. So I don't understand why he didn't just play that off the thicket and then fetch like a green-black land. So I'm relatively confused right now. I don't see any reason to hold open Path to Exile there, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. He could just have Swamp in his hand. I guess that would be why you might want to do that, but even then, still strange. Well, I guess I'm remanding that. Would prefer, certainly, to remand the backside of that, but I don't have time. Can't be messing around. Alright, there's Tasigur. Do I Pestermite or Tasigur this turn? I think whatever I play is going to get pathed. So I believe I would rather it be a Tasigur. Or not a Tasigur. I want that to live. If he fetches a black source here, I'll probably tap that on his upkeep. Because I can't stop him from playing a Souls, but I can stop him from flashing it back or playing a Rhino. Although, if he does play a Rhino, I could just Sower it. So I guess I'm talking about just flashing back Souls. Or playing a Thoughtseize, I suppose. This guy's messing with me. Making me wait. Alright, so he declined to fetch. So I still have this Pestermite here. Might be for the best anyway. Yeah. Now I get to Pestermite my own land and Spell Snare that thing. And yes, I could Sower this, but I think it is much, much better to snare it and save Sower for something else. Definitely don't want to Sower that and then have him play a Rhino that he just beats the crap out of me with. Especially with 2 Exalted triggers. It's too much. I would block that probably if it were only 1 Hierarch, but alas. So he just doesn't play anything that turn. That's crazy. So just continually keeping mana open. And now I think I just Cryptic some stuff here. Although, obviously, that is pretty transparent. Hey. Being crazy. So counter the front half of this. He won't do the second half, presumably. And then we should be free to play Tasigur and maybe Sower something. That's pretty cool. Then maybe we can kill him before time expires in 4 minutes. Ooh, Lightning Bolt. That's nice. I like Lightning Bolt. Okay, so probably does have a path. That's what he's been keeping open basically this entire time. I have a cryptic too. So I think we just run Tassiger out there. Could also Sower a Spirit, which might not be that bad. And then maybe force through some lethal damage with Cryptic here. I think he's going to play a little too scared. So he's not going to like just path the Sower or the Tasker willy-nilly unless his hand is actually just 2 paths. So definitely want to take one of these spirits. And we'll see what we can make happen here with a Bolt and a Cryptic. Opponent has been very careful. I guess with his green-white deck not having much disruption, he might be used to people just keeping in the twin combo against him, but from my side, it doesn't make much sense because he has some disruption and is going to be siding in more. If I were more well set up to actually deal with stuff like Path, like if I had Spellskite, Dispel, stuff like that, then I'd be fine with it. Like, that seems like a pretty good plan against that deck. But I don't have those cards, so maybe I should. I don't know. Alright, so he's fetching. And he pathed my Sower, which is kind of a dick move, but I understand. So either he is willing to give up on preventing me from comboing, or he just has another path. Or since he kept the black open, maybe he has a decay. Could be tough. Oh dear. Oh, am I just dead on board? No. He does force me to block with Pestermite, though. Keranos, you suck. Ugh. Okay. What's the plan here? Guess I just pass, Bolt the Spirit. If he tries to get cute and attack with both, I can bounce. Ugh. Ugh. So am I supposed to counter? Guess I'm supposed to counterbounce the Spirit? I feel like that's effectively drawing a Lightning Bolt, and that's probably better than just drawing a card. Oh dear. Oh, that was bad. That was bad. Should have bolted that Hierarch first. This could end up... Ooh, I was going to say it could end up being okay if he doesn't have another creature, but he does. So now I have to Thought Scour into something. Sort of something. That's also sort of something. Do I keep the Servage on top? I guess. I probably can't kill him in under a minute anyway, but... This is pretty silly. I don't know, I think if I had more time, maybe I could actually win this game. Who knows? We have a minute, I guess. Start bolting things, you know. Stabilize at 1 life. Just the good stuff. Problem is these cryptic commands. And he's just going to rhino me. Okay, fine. Ugh. Hell of a match. Hell of a match.